Kjære vad göra? I want to build a coffee table. And since I'm on a personal quest to make all my regular everyday objects less boring and more magical, we are, of course, making it way more complicated than it has to be. Because why wouldn't I? Okay, here's what I've been thinking. Just imagine a full hardwood table with lots of ornamentation on the outside, maybe a row of books going around the whole thing, and of course, inside the table, a full miniature library. Can you imagine how freaking cool that would be? This time I want to try to make this both look and feel more realistic than our usual miniatures, so we're gonna approach things very differently. Instead of our usual suspect materials like foam, cardstock, paper, I want to try to use the actual material the thing would be made of. So like bookshelves made out of wood, or real wooden floors, or fabric to make like curtains and rugs and stuff. This is definitely new territory for us. It's gonna be interesting. Will it look like a homemade school project or a professional table? I don't know, we'll see. I have already ordered all the hardwood materials I need to build this table, which is gonna be here in a couple of days. So we shall see. But in the meantime, let's start to work on the library. Okay, so I think a good place to start is by making one bookshelf, because then we can figure out design, tools, techniques, all that jazz, and then it's just rinse and repeat. So in preparation for that, I have made this laser cutting pattern. Wow. For now, just a simple base to get started, and I'm sure it's gonna get much more complicated as we go. And I'll put these patterns up for our patrons if you want to check them out. So now, let's chop. Okay, thank you. You can go now. Okay. All right, we have our base. So now that we have this, we can move on to the fun stuff. We're just starting to decorate this, add ornaments, all this cool stuff. I made this little sketch here, just to know like where I'm going with this. Got this nice little arch at the top. Bookshelves go bim, 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 bim. Down here, we have a little cabinet door situation. Okay, we got our shelf and a bunch of wood materials. And also, I have got the world's smallest chisel! Just look at it. So small. And I'm gonna try to use this to enhance these engravings that I got here. And then we can start like adding some of this stuff after. Dude, look at that before and after. That looks so good. Now we just gotta get rid of that laser cut edge, give it a little angle. That's much better. So soft too. Oh my god, I freaking love this scale! And the layering, it looks pretty nice. Quite happy with this. But the cool thing now, because this is real wood, is we can stain it with real wood stain. Tis time to stain. Just look at that brown. And now, a little layer of wax. There we go. Now this wax is just gonna soak in for a couple of hours, which is perfect timing because we got a package. Let's see what we have here. Oh, I love me some decorated trim. Ugh. Aren't these the sexiest legs you've ever seen? Freaking love them! And also, you can club someone to death with them. So that's all our detailing, and for our tabletop we have this, some nice hardwood beech. Which means I have officially run out of reasons why I shouldn't start building this table that I've been dreading a little bit. But I'm just not gonna think about it, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, this is kind of the point where my brain slowly started to get into shutdown mode, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not enjoy this process. So I started off with just measuring and cutting and bunch of stuff. Easy, great, love it. But then came the sidewalls. We're gonna have these corner pieces, right? There's gonna be sidewalls between them. And my original idea was just to jigsaw cut exactly the pattern of those corner pieces into a sidewall. No, Martina, you're gonna spend like a couple of days trying to get this pattern right and trying to get rid of all the little gaps. It's not gonna work. Just stop. So after struggling with that for way too long, I ended up making this sort of funky router jig thing, because my second idea was just to cut a 45-degree angle into that corner leg itself, which made me really nervous because I didn't have a spare for this part, so I kind of wanted to avoid it. But what do you know? It was so much faster, so much more precise and nice. And my goodness, I should have just done that from the start. So we had the sidewalls, we got those corner pieces, and then for some reason we had the power outage. That never happens, so that was fun. And finally, I drilled these holes into both the legs, tabletop, and those corner pieces, because I'm gonna add a little dowel in between all three, glue that in place later, just add a bit more structural integrity, because this thing is gonna be heavy. So far, so good. So that's where we're at. Good progress so far. While I've been working on this, Hansi has been working on setting up a brand new tool. And it is a brand new CNC. Well, it's not actually brand new though, is it?
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, welcome to my new workshop. In the corner here by all our dioramas.
Oh yes, the perfect spot for a CNC.
So we finally got a CNC machine. We bought it used, so it has been a little bit of a setup. There was a guy that come here and we lifted it all in and we got everything like set up, and now we're here trying to make it work basically. So this has taken a few days. I've been running a few tests and so far it's going good. So now I'm actually trying to CNC out the thing that's going on the side of the table, because you wanted to have like books on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's gonna look really cool, but we don't want to do foam books because they're just gonna be destroyed. So since I've been wanting a CNC for quite a few years, this was a great opportunity to just, let's do it.
Nice excuse.
Exactly. So this is the books. They don't really look like books right now. This is the roughing pass, which removes most material.
It's looking promising though.
Yeah.
Like, I like the size of them. I can't wait to see how it looks when the like fine pass has gone through.
Yeah. Quite interesting to learn just a whole new workflow and a whole new process. I've never done anything CNC related, so it has been quite interesting to learn all the software and everything. And it's fun, but also it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, at least we have the kind of wonky vacuum setup.
I mean, it's very wonky. The vacuum hose is suspended on the stairs, but it works for now. I mean, once this works and we know we're gonna use it more, I guess we'll make a better setup for it.
Yeah.
But you know how it is with temporary solutions. So I just gotta put on the vacuum and then we start it. It's gonna be a little bit noisy.
Perfect setup.
Nice. It's going, we just have to wait a few hours.
Yep. Listen, we are gonna need a bunch of decorations in this library, right? Like, we're gonna need a bunch of books, obviously, because library. But since I want this to have sort of a magical vibe, I'm thinking a lot of potions would look really cool in here. And I think I might have found a really good way of making tiny potions. So, we have 3D printed a bunch of these tiny little potions in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And most importantly, with these are clear resin printed ones, they are hollowed out. So basically this is just like a shell, a glass bottle that you can fill with a liquid. See where I'm going with this? So now we can grab a couple of gloves, because you always want gloves when you deal with the resin. Grab one of our potion bottles. with a big hole at the bottom. And then I can grab my UV resin, and this is gonna be our liquid inside. And you know, if I want this to look like it's slightly like half empty, I'll just fill a little bit of this UV resin in first. Then I just have to like slightly cure that, just enough to make the surface sticky. So now the top is filled with air, and then fill it up with a little bit of resin. This is where the fun begins, because we can do different colors, maybe some crushed up little herbs, maybe some glitter. So many possibilities. Maybe just a little drop. Grab a little match that we can swirl around. There, we fill it all the way to the top. Cure again, got that little air gap at the top, liquid on the inside, all sealed at the bottom. But there's one final little detail we can do to really bring this to the next level, and that is to simply brush a layer of this UV resin on the outside, because then we get that nice gloss finish, you know, so it really looks like glass. Take a little bit, not too much. Got my goop brush right here. Gently brush that on all the edges. The cool thing about this layer is just you actually see everything that's on the inside, because it's kind of like frosty when you don't do this. But now it's like you can see the swirls, you can see the bubbles, all the imperfections. Just let that cure. And then we have our potion. And just look at the variety of potions you can make with this. Like this one that has little crushed herbs up in there. This one with a little glitter. This one where there's unintentional bubbles in there, but it's a potion, so it's fine. This one is my favorite. The little golden potion on the stand. I'm having too good of a time making these tiny potions. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think I just need to stop there, because like I could be making this forever, you know? Ah, yes. The ancient art of wizardry, studying lost knowledge, mastering spells, and most importantly, protecting your secrets. You wouldn't just leave your spellbook lying around for any rogue or trickster to steal? No! That's where NordVPN comes in. You see, with NordVPN's threat protection, I don't have to worry about malware, trackers, phishing, scams, or those pesky ads interrupting my studies. And with access to over 5,000 servers worldwide, I can unlock any region-locked content anywhere at any time. Not to mention NordVPN's meshnet that lets me securely access all my files back home, even when I'm far, far away on a quest. So whether you're a digital sorcerer like me or just want to browse safely, NordVPN keeps your online presence protected. Check out nordvpn.com/nerdforge for an exclusive deal. 4 bonus months on all 2-year plans. And if it's not the magic you were looking for, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And back to the project. Okay, so we have the base of the table, looking good. Hansi is currently working on all those book spines that are going to cover the sidewalls here. We still obviously have some more work to do on the tabletop, adding some more trim, detailing, all that stuff. But for now, I think we should focus on the library, because there's a lot of work to do there too. Of course, our goal is to make this library just cluttered, detailed, make it feel alive with stuff. But the first step to actually getting there and making those details is to actually have a room that we can put it in, obviously. And so far on that front, we really only have the one bookcase. So I think the next step is just gonna be making the rest of the bookcases, get the walls up, get a floor in there, because then we actually have something to work from. Okay, construction time.
Okay, it's time to start thinking about the floor of this table. Because like any good table, this table needs a floor. And you can see I've started here. These are just stirring sticks that I put on top of a cardboard sheet. And they work great for like wooden planks. It's just stirring sticks. So I'm gonna make the other half, glue that in place. But before we actually attach them like to the table, we have to route out all the paths for the electronics, the wires, that's gonna provide the lights for all the details that Martina made. So yeah, there's a little bit to do, but there's nothing else to do than to do it. Let's go.
This is looking so freaking good! After more than a month's work of just being individual parts, it's actually starting to look like something. Definitely a trust the process kind of project. Oh my goodness. Let me show you all the deets. As you can see, I've attached these nice little corner ornaments on all those corner legs, as well as these beautiful trim pieces. Love them. And also I've attached this border down here around the whole thing, and I'm pretty happy with the joints on the corners here. I mean, that's pretty clean, if I might say so myself. And of course we have power cable coming through this leg right in here in the corner down there. And as you saw, we have routed some little channels that's going behind the bookshelves and also to the middle of the floor here where we're gonna have a desk. The walls are in, we got the floor in. Yeah, and this doesn't have anything to do with the functionality of the table, like, at all. But I'm just really happy with how this came out, because this part can just be lifted up and removed as I wish and put back in for the only reason that we want to be able to film in this way. But it's pretty cool. Oh, and I just want to try one thing. Let's see here. Dude, that looks so freaking cool! Oh, that added so much. And I love that it's hardwood. Oh, okay, that's enough of a sneak peek. Put you to the side for now. Well, that really only leaves one big exterior thing to do, which is cutting out the tabletop. And then we're done with the outside. How about that? So yeah, let's just get that over with. Okay, that's the tabletop, so now we can finally move on to the satisfying part, staining. Oh my god, this is starting to look so freaking good! Look at that brown! Ugh. And that egg and dart molding. I'm just gonna leave these to dry because we have a lot of other stuff we can do in the meantime. Yeah, never mind the mess here. It's just been racking up over the past 1.5 months. But that means we're finally ready for assembly. Like, we have the tabletop, we have all the pieces for the externals, we have the bookshelves, walls, floor, all that stuff. Oh, we can finally start putting this table together at last. Honestly, felt like it would never happen. So basically, what remains to do is to wire up a bunch of LEDs, because of course we're gonna have lights in here. Hello! And also, of course, attach everything, put in all the tiny little details, and then we have our table. So for the detailing, of course, we have some potions already, but also Hansi has been painting a buttload of books during this whole process that we're gonna put in here. We've also had some help from Avrilla's Miniatures, and as you might know, she's helped us out before. She's really great at miniature painting, so we have some centerpieces that she's made, and man, I cannot wait to put all these tiny little details together. Ah, freaking assembly time! Ah. my goodness, we managed to get everything fastened in place. All that remains is to put on the countertop and see how the lights look, which, oh my god, I cannot wait to see how that turned out. But it's like 11 p.m. I'm so freaking tired. I just want to go to sleep. So I'm gonna go home, go to bed, and tomorrow see this with fresh eyes and see it with the lights turned on for the first time. Oh, but first sleep. Oh.
Oh, this looks so good. It looks even better now that we're not so tired.
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait to put the tabletop on.
Yes.
And then turn the lights on.
So tabletop first.
Yes. There we go. It looks so much better with the tabletop.
It does.
It feels more integrated because it feels like the bookshelves extends from the tabletop down. Now the glass.
Yes. How do you even carry glass? Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh, so shiny. Is it like that?
I think it's light time.
At last. I can't believe it's been 1.5 months and it all comes down to this. Just to build some drama. 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, I love the lanterns! I never get enough of lights in dioramas. Like the amount it adds to the ambiance, the atmosphere.
So good.
And I love that blue-yellow contrast.
I think this really is just a very good manifestation of the idea.
I think so, yeah. Well, I think before we take a look at the final results, we have to get this table home, hopefully in one piece. So, Hansi, I think you're gonna have to help me carry this. Yeah. It's a bit heavy.
Oh, it is quite heavy.
Okay.
It's probably like 100 kilograms.
This is the scary part. Nice. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, we got it in the door. I think this is the right way, actually.
Okay.
We got it in one piece. That actually looks really good. Okay, we got it plugged up. I actually just made a hole like in the rug here, so the cable goes under here, plugged into the wall. And yeah, I'm gonna fix the cable management later. Don't worry about it. Man, I am so freaking happy with how this table came out, honestly. I think this is my favorite build that we've done ever. There's so many tiny cool little details in here, and we've had to experiment with new tools, techniques, materials. Like we've only really shown you a tiny fraction of all the freaking details we did for this. Because, you know, there just wasn't time to film it all, and it's just been a lot. So thank you so much for watching this video. And also, of course, just a huge thank you to our patrons for continuing to support us. You know, it makes it possible for us to actually spend the extra time to really get in the details and really just make crazy, weird builds like this. And now, at last, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Let's have a look at the final result!